must be the Heat.
Do you know what episode number this is?
No, we have no idea.
No.
I'm surprised you do.
644. If there ever was a number associated with Mountaineer basketball more than 44, well, there isn't.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Did that just come to you?
Yeah, when I was writing that down, when I write down episode, I said 44. That's it.
I don't know. It's 644. It's not 44. It's 644.
Just go with it. See, Debbie Downer over there.
Yeah, you
got
did
to
kind of
ruin
ruin the
everything.
vibe there. Why didn't you just go with it?
Just
That was
go with
actually
it.
that was one of his better setups.
So it's Dennis, it's Rodman degrees out there.
Oh, that sounds really uncomfortable.
I know it does. I know it does.
Is that legal? Is that past FCC? I don't know if you're allowed to say anything's Rodman something. That's
It's Rodman degrees.
that's like saying it's awful Diddy out there. I don't know that we can do that.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that is true.
Again, listen at 6'1". Well, that's combine number. Listen at, and again, everybody who really goes to the combine typically is a little smaller because they measure you in stocking feet rather than shoes.
Which makes no sense because the last I checked, you play in shoes. Now, I haven't confirmed that, but I think you play in shoes.
The last time you played in stocking feet was on the Nerf hoop in the bedroom.
Right, I don't know why we do that. You're playing in shoes. Give me your shoe height.
You could get one of them old 70s high-heeled things, and all of a sudden now the 6'3" guy is 6'8" or something. So I guess it just puts everybody on the same plane.
During COVID, did they not have the ability to have a Sunday playoff game?
And during COVID, you didn't have the ability to do anything. I mean, let's be fair.
It seems like in my memory, I thought they might have been able to use, but I don't know that anybody did.
But you know what? I did this with COVID here. I just threw it away.
It's gone.
Doesn't count. Now, let me back up real quick because I was talking to Donnie Mays, the head coach of the Hurricane Redskins.
Yeah.
At the time, he was the head coach of the South Charleston Black Eagles.
Yes, who won?
And they won a
yes.
Triple A championship.
Yeah.
He says trophy same size.
Second and short. Minor stands in, one-on-one, corner of the end zone, and the pass is incomplete. Fry says he caught it.
I think he did catch it. It's just a question of whether he was in bounds or not. Watch
Did he
his
get
throw.
a foot in? And there's the challenge flag is out. What a catch. And he's got a foot in. He's got two in. That is a touchdown.
That might be one of the most unbelievable plays I've seen. Never mind the moment that it's in. Just the fact that he caught that one-handed and got the foot down.
That second one was out, but the first one was definitely in. Right there. Control. Remember high school, this isn't pro. He doesn't have to survive the ground. I think he did anyway.
The Wheeling Central Maroon Knights are the Class AA champions in 2025. They defeat Philip Barber 7-0. Stephen Brodegard, the winning pitcher today.
They're going to go for a state championship. We're going to overtime. Second title game here today will go to overtime.
Good film. And then Atkins is so wild. Then it's not great.
Man, there's a good on there. She missed it. Oh, you guys all. He missed that. Good job. That was a quick one.
Live from West Virginia's capital city with news from across the state. This is Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law, with 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barron and Metro News' Dave Allen.
Welcome into the 2 o'clock final hour Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Stephanie Pauly, Ryan Nicholson, our producers today. Open line West Virginia coming up at the bottom of the hour. 1-800-765-TALK. That's the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. Coming up a little bit later on, we're going to introduce you to a musician from West Virginia who's doing some great things nationally. And he's coming home for a couple of shows. We'll tell you his story. But right now, are you ready to get married? It's Metro News Midday.
Metro News Midday is presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com. Join in by calling 800-765-8255 or text 304-TALK 304. Let's go live to downtown Charleston. Here's Dave Allen.
Welcome into the 2 o'clock hour. Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. After the bottom of the hour, 2:30 break, we will get into your phone calls and text. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. The governor just had a presser not long ago, and people have been hitting me up about a little mistake it looks like that happened there. I'm trying to verify it just to make sure it wasn't photoshopped or something, but there was a little bit of a misspelling there, so I'll get to that coming up after the bottom of the hour. Also going to introduce you to a gentleman by the name of Erik Huey. He is a nationally known musician. He's from West Virginia originally, and get this, he was a high school classmate of one Mike Stewart. And, you know, with all due respect to Mike Stewart, he's been on this show many, many times. I just don't see Mike Stewart hanging out with a lot of rock stars, to be honest with you. But this gentleman, bona fide rocker, doing great things, a little bit of country, a little bit of everything. And his name is Erik Huey, West Virginia native, and he's been playing all over the country. He's coming home for a couple of shows in Morgantown and Charleston. We'll introduce you to him coming up a little bit later on. Want to welcome into the show now Kanawha County Circuit Judge Maryclaire Akers. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Dave. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for making your debut here on Metro News TV. Appreciate you
first time.
being here. All right, so Valentine's Day is coming up on Saturday, and this thing started in the court system. It actually predates you, where the court system has this marathon of weddings. Now, because Valentine's Day is on Saturday, you're actually going to do it on Friday. For those that don't know, again, we're statewide right now. Tell us the whole history behind the King of Hearts.
The whole history behind the King of Hearts. This tradition was started by Judge Charlie King. That's why we call it the King of Hearts Day. On Valentine's Day, he would close his courtroom and perform weddings. It was a little bit of just a fun thing for him to do. He really enjoyed it, and he did it several years. Charlie passed away in 2020, in late 2020, and I took the appointment to his office and then later ran for it. And I thought a good way to commemorate him would be to carry on his tradition. That's why it's called King of Hearts, not Queen of Hearts, because it is in honor of Charlie, who was an excellent mentor of mine and a teacher and a friend. And
a fine man, too.
Yes. And I think it just honors him and the way that he viewed his work and always wanting to give back to the people.
So, again, this is going to be Friday in your courtroom. How many of these weddings do you do on average every year?
On average, so this is our 5th year. On average, we will do between 8 and 12. Sometimes we'll do a lot more. Sometimes
depends on the weather and things too.
It does. I think a minimum would be 8. That might be, and that was like the first year.
Okay.
Every year, it's gotten to be more and more. It's really fun. We have a lady who comes in. She owns a company called Balloons by Birdie. She comes in and decorates. So we have a big balloon arch every year. It looks different every year, and she surprises me every year, so I don't know what it will look like this year. And she is maybe going to do a little twist on the Friday the 13th theme as well.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, could be good luck, maybe not.
That's right. We'll just turn a bad luck day into a good luck day.
One thing about it, though, if you get married on a Valentine's Day or a New Year's or Christmas or whatever, you know, for guys, and I don't want to stereotype, but I'm just saying, for guys, it should be relatively easy to remember. And all they have to do now is remember, okay, it was the day before Valentine's Day, and it was Friday the 13th.
And it was Friday the 13th, which will happen again if you get married on Friday the 13th. Eventually, it will happen again. So,
all right. So let's talk about the way the whole thing works. I mean, for those of us that haven't been married in a while. I've been married a long time, but haven't gotten married. Does that make any sense?
That makes sense. I'm in the same boat.
Okay,
as you,
all right,
so.
all right. So yeah, I've been 1992. It's been a long time since I went through a marriage ceremony, and I'm good with that. It was 92 is when I got married. Okay, so what happens? What do you have to do in order to be married up in your courtroom on Friday?
The only thing that you have to do is have a license from your county clerk. So. A lot of times we have people that come from Cabell County or Putnam County, and they come to Kanawha County and they get married. You just have to have the marriage license you can get it from the place where you live, whatever county you live in, or you can go to the Kanawha County Courthouse and get it there. That's all we need is the license. You'll have to pay the clerk whatever it is, and I really don't know. I should figure that out. I said that yesterday, and I was going to find out, and I forgot. I think it's around $15. You bring your license to us, and that's all we need.
All right, and if you're listening to us in one of our other counties around the state, again, you don't have to get married in your home county, but you do have to have the certificate from your county clerk of residence. Is that right?
You don't have to. You can.
But you can get it from Kanawha County.
Mm-hmm,
so it's like a one-stop shop. You can do it there.
Absolutely right. We have folks from Ohio usually that come over, and they get their marriage license in the Kanawha County Clerk's office and hop over. And
just get everything done there.
Yes.
You can register, if you want to.
That's right.
We're registered in the tax office if you'd like to help us pay our taxes.
You can invite everybody that you meet over to the courtroom. We're fine. Bring however many people you want to bring.
Okay.
Or nobody.
Yeah.
Sometimes people do it in secret because the destination weddings are hard to, I guess, plan. I didn't know that. I got married here in Charleston, so I've never done one of those. So a lot of times people will get married in Kanawha County or in whatever county before they do their destination wedding.
Okay, all right. And you don't have to have a blood test anymore. That's something that was a little different from when I got married. You had to have a blood test. You don't.
So
have to
in
do a blood
1992, you had to have a blood test?
Yeah.
So I got married in 2001, and you did not.
Okay. Yeah, you had to have a blood test back then. Or either that or my wife wanted to inflict pain upon me like day one. And
well, I mean, that's a smart way to train you, I have to say.
No. I have to say, no, you did have to have a blood test then. But I was looking ahead, and, what Brian Hughes tells me about extended forecasts. They're, more than about 48 hours, not always accurate. But as it stands right now, on Friday, it looks like it's going to be sunny.
Good.
So temperature's going to be in the mid-40s, which we are in February. That's what it's supposed to be. There might still be a little snow on the ground, But I'm saying that because you could make a day of it here in the capital city. Come into your courtroom, get married, go outside out on the boulevard or somewhere like that and have pictures made. I mean, or go to the Capitol and have them done. It'd be a great day in the capital city.
Absolutely. We encourage anybody who wants to do it to come down. It's really fun, and it's a great way to celebrate the holiday.
Now, how long does the average marriage last? I wasn't going to say that.
I don't know.
But that depends on your specific situation. But how long does the ceremony itself last? If somebody just comes in and says, we just want to do the standard ceremony, we don't want anything special, how long does it last?
I would say 5 minutes tops, depending on how hard your name is to pronounce. So sometimes I'll have to say it 3 times so I don't mess it up.
Okay.
And that's it. I usually leave some time. I did say that yesterday when we talked on the radio. I do leave some time before or after for folks to take pictures if they want to. Whatever they want to do to commemorate the day is fine.
Now, do they need to make appointments?
They do not need to, but it's good if they want to. They can call my secretary, Mindy, at 304-357-0367. I remember that right. And make an appointment if you want to. If not, you can just come on in anytime between 9 and 4.
Talk about some of the more unique ceremonies that you've done in your time.
So, I as I mentioned on the radio, we talked before, I have done a lot of second marriages. I've done a lot of folks who were married before, divorced, and decided to get married again, reconcile. I've done several of those. Those are nice. I did remember one where everyone was dressed up like pixies. Okay. And the only really issue with that was that they had names with no vowels. So it was very hard for me to pronounce. They wanted to be married using names that they had chosen.
So they didn't use their actual
They
names.
did not. They did not.
Okay.
Now, that was on their marriage license. But they wanted to be married using different names. And so that was a little bit tough for me. But otherwise, that's about it.
Okay. All right. Well, I would say that that you've probably, not just on Valentine's Day, but you've probably seen some unique things.
I have.
All right. And we'll just kind of leave that alone. So if somebody wants to write their own vows, they want to come in and they want to say, okay, we don't want the traditional, we want to write our own. That's okay.
That's totally fine. At the end, I will pronounce you married.
Is it still? How is the actual? Does the ceremony ever change? I mean, because you see how it is on TV, and maybe you've gone to weddings, but is there a standard? This is what you have to say.
There is nothing that you have to say except that everyone has made a commitment to each other and they are now duly married. That's the only thing that I really have to say.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of it is fluid. It can change. It can stay the same. I use the standard script that we've always used in that courtroom forever and ever.
Okay.
It changes every now and then, but all I have to say at the end is you are duly married. That's really it.
You're sentenced.
You don't need rings to get married. That's another thing people ask all the time. You absolutely do not need rings. If you don't want to do that, you don't need to do that.
Okay. See, that's something I didn't. Well, I guess they can't require you to have a ring.
No.
I mean, and you still get the same. This is the thing. People like what they like, Judge, but you get the same piece of paper at the end of the day. In the eyes of the law, whether you have 10,000 people or you have 2 people at your wedding. What about if somebody wants to bring their pets?
They are encouraged to call ahead, and we will try to accommodate that.
Just make sure it's okay with the front desk and everything right there.
Yes.
All right, so it starts at what time on Friday?
Starts at 9, ends at 4.
9 to 4, and depending on the lunch, or depending on the schedule, will depend on whether you have lunch or not, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
depending. If I can, I will. If I can't, I won't.
All right, and give us your phone number again at the courthouse if you'd like.
304-357-0367. Ask for Mindy. She likes it when people do that.
Oh, yes, she does. Why do I get the idea that's not true? All right, and again, you don't have to. If you're listening to us in any of our stations, wherever you're listening to us in Wheeling or Morgantown, whether you can come down to Charleston and get married. You don't necessarily have to have the certificate from your county clerk. You just have to have a certificate from a county clerk, which you just happen to have inside your building here.
Yes, I do. It actually is across the street.
Okay, across the street.
The old courthouse. You go across the street over there to the county clerk's office and then walk over to the judicial annex.
All right. Judge Maryclaire Akers, pleasure to have you on the show today. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you very much.
All right. Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
All right. It is 2:18. We'll take a break and come back after this.
The Mountain State Assessment of Trends in Community Health, or MATCH, is a survey sent to 88,000 West Virginian home addresses where the information you provide can support policymakers to direct resources to help your community. If selected, you will receive the survey information and invitation in the mail. You can complete the survey online, by mail, or by phone, and you will be compensated for your time. Visit wvmatchsurvey.org for more information. Helping your community is a touchdown for West Virginia.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
Start your new year off right with a new ride from Kanawha GMC. Come explore our 2026 GMC Acadias. Spacious, smooth, and made for everyday life. It's truly a fan favorite. Drive into winter with a new 2026 GMC Sierra, now up to $12,000 off, or lease as low as $499 a month. So upgrade your ride this year with us at Kanawha GMC in Bridgeport. Shop Thora.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. Construction, when disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
With Metro News Hotline. If it's trending, it's probably here.
So it's Dennis, it's Rodman degrees out there today.
Oh, that sounds really uncomfortable.
I know it does. I know it does.
Is that legal? Is that past FCC? I don't know if you're allowed to say anything's Rodman something. That's
It's Rodman degrees.
That's like saying it's awful Diddy out there. I don't know that we can do that.
Join Dave Weekly and Coop weekdays for Hotline on Metro News Television.
Trojan Landing Marine is now Charleston's newest power sports dealership.
We now feature a full line of sleek Suzuki street bikes and four-wheelers. We're now offering the innovative riding experience of Benda motorcycles. The next step in motorcycle evolution with all-electric Zero high-performance bikes. We've now got Segway vehicles starting as low as $10,000. Come in and check out our great selection of high-quality Benelli and Royal Enfield bikes. Visit Trojan Landing in Charleston, now your water, road, and dirt dealership.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Welcome back to the show. 222, the state's premier outdoor sports show, back and bigger than ever. 24th annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show presented by Can-Am returns to Mila Park in Morgantown Saturday and Sunday, the 7th and 8th of March. Over 100,000 square feet. Everything that is outdoors. You don't want to miss it. Over 200 vendors, too, all in one place. Complete details available at WVOutdoorsportsShow.com, a WVRC media event. Open line West Virginia coming up after the bottom of the hour. Your calls and texts, whatever is on your mind. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. I want to introduce you now to a gentleman that if you don't know and you're not listening to his music, well, you definitely need to do so. He's a native of West Virginia, and he's just kicking rear end right now on the national music scene. His name is Erik V. Huey, and he joins us now. Good afternoon, sir. Welcome to the show.
Oh God, it's great to be on, Dave. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Now, do you prefer Erik V, Erik Vincent, just Erik? What's your preferred name?
Erik Vincent Huey is what's on the records, but please call me Erik.
All right. And I told the folks this earlier. You actually went to school, I think, or grew up or something with Mike Stewart. Is that right?
Yeah. We were in the same graduating class at Morgantown High.
Okay. All right. I mean, it's just hard to imagine that, Mike Stewart being Mike Stewart was hanging out with rock stars. But that's okay. Everybody's got to, and I'm kidding because Mike's a friend, so I can say that. All right. So tell us about tell us about your career and tell us about how you became what you are now. You're a native of Morgantown, went to Morgantown High School. Take us through your career and how you got to where you are now.
I grew up in Morgantown listening to punk rock and alternative music on U92 and, always, in WDB in Pittsburgh, and just grew up, in the music scene, going to the old Underground Railroad, which is now 123 Pleasant Street, where I'm playing tomorrow night. It just always was in music, high school band here and there. But then it was really coming out of college where I met the other guys in my band, the Surreal McCoys. And
great name, by the way. The Surreal McCoys may be one of the all-time best names, but go ahead.
Yeah, we put out 2 records, and we were playing all over the place. I mean, like our second gig was the Viper Room in Hollywood, and we just had a kind of a good run, and we're still going. But we did 2 records, a big song on Sirius XM Outlaw Country and nationwide, and kind of the Americana outlaw country genre, kind of where. The whole theory of the band, right, is that the Clash meets Johnny Cash meets the Clash. So it's kind of like country punk.
I love it.
And then I was writing. I don't know if you've heard, David, the book, the Devils Here in These Hills, about the West Virginia mine wars and Mother Jones and the Battle of Blair Mountain. But I read this book and I optioned it and I'm still in the process of turning it into a television series based on Mother Jones. There's some interest out there. But in the meantime, I started writing music for it, and it really took me into my past. My dad was a coal miner for U.S. Steel. My grandfather was a coal miner. My great grandfather, and then his father before him, when he came over from Ireland during the famine was a coal miner. And so, coming from that tradition, I knew some of these stories, but then I started digging into the history and Mother Jones and Blair Mountain, all that great West Virginia history. And I was like, this will be a great TV show. And I started writing all these songs, and it took me back into my own history, my own family, and sort of like looking at West Virginia that I grew up in, and kind of Appalachian now, and that record was called Appalachian Gothic, and it was kind of like a hillbilly rock opera about sort of coming about life down in the hollers, and some fun songs, and we got some great airplay on Sirius XM, Outlaw Country, and some other stations, and so then the new record it comes out on Friday. February 13th, wherever you stream the finest music, and check out your local record store. We got it on vinyl and CD. And, I just had, the opportunity. We did 25 dates on the last record, including we played Morgantown a couple times. We did 123 Pleasant Street. We played Charleston, the Empty Glass. We played down in Berkeley Springs at a barbecue joint. And then we played way down in White Sulphur Springs. And, so I really wanted to, and then in Pittsburgh, and so we kind of really wanted to do a focus. We ended the tour at the Viper Room in L.A., but we played all over, and now I'm going back out. So tomorrow night, we got Morgantown at the 123 Pleasant Street, and then the next night, Thursday night, the 12th, is at the Empty Glass in Charleston, and then 13th here is in Washington, D.C., and then Monday is in New York City at Lucinda's. So, we're going back on the road and getting this new album out there and spreading a little bit of the gospel.
How special is it for you to get to come back, somebody that's played all of these great places? And the Viper Room, of course, is legendary. But how cool is it for you to get to come back to play West Virginia and to play songs that were rooted in your memories or things you have read about your home state, Erik?
Oh, it was amazing. It really was quite moving. And I tell you, I've played 123 Pleasant Street before with the Cyril McCoys and stuff, but playing, and that's always great. But playing down in Charleston at the Empty Glass, that show in particular, we had a lot of folks come out, and a lot of folks that I didn't know, right? And we were playing songs about Mother Jones and the Mine Workers Union, and which my great-grandfather helped to organize up in the Monongahela Valley. And then people came up to me, kind of a little misty-eyed, saying, hey, my grandfather was in the UMW, and he was a miner. He went on strike. My great-grandmother marched with Mother Jones. So all these people had these personal stories, and a number of people just said, thank you for writing an album about us. Nobody ever talks about us, and so it was very meaningful. I still get kind of choked up thinking about that particular show, and the reaction from strangers who'd never heard my music. So it's really special going back to the Mountain State for me, because it all started there. This whole journey started there, and to be able to go back and share some music about the state with the people in the state is it's a treasure.
Well, you got those shows coming up, as you said. You're going to be in Morgantown, and you're also going to be in Charleston. Give us the info where people can get tickets or where they can learn more about your music.
Absolutely. They can go on my website, ErikVincentHuey.com. It's ERIK, Vincent Huey, HUEY.com. They can go to Linktree, which is linktree.com or Linktree/Erik Vincent Huey. But if you want tickets to the Morgantown show, go to the 123 Pleasant Street site. That's tomorrow night. Play with a great local band called Power Forward that does like a hip hop funk. And then the next night is at the Empty Glass in Charleston, and there's going to be four bands on the bill, including Starbelly, who tours with me, and Eric Gamble, my producer.
You got about 15 seconds, Erik.
And then we've got Unmanned, and we've got Charleston Rogue. So please come out and see us. I think you'll love these songs, and I look forward to playing it for you.
Erik Vincent Huey, appreciate you being here, my friend. Thanks a lot.
Hey, thank you, Dave. Take care.
All
Rock
right,
on.
Back after this. And now we'll go to the Metro News anchor desk for a check of local news. You're listening to Midday on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Jeff Jenkins. Bills dealing with the state funding formula for schools are beginning to move at the state legislature. The bills deal with changing the formula to cover additional teachers and school service personnel, providing funding for special education and funding for rural schools. Senate Education Committee Chair Amy Nicole Grady says all of these bills cost money.
The governor has his own requests, so we're still looking at the budget, what's going to come out. To me, as a teacher, and a person who looks at public education as it should be at the forefront of our discussions. I feel like this is the most important, pressing thing that we need to do this legislative session.
Metro News statewide correspondent Brad McElhaney writes more about the bills and their costs at WVMetroNews.com. Marion County State Senator Jerry Garcia, the only senator to vote against a bill today that will expand the state's concealed carry with a permit gun law to 18 to 20-year-olds. Garcia says there's nothing wrong with the current law that requires some training for that age group.
Having a permit provides for a number of things that will protect their safety. The main thing among them is to have the training course that you have to take for that.
The Senate passed the bill 31-1, sent it to the House. The city of Morgantown making a change at its airport. Jonathan Vrabel has been let go. No reason given by city officials. Vrabel came to Morgantown a few years ago under former city manager Paul Brake. Vrabel and the airport had a difficult time recently with the snow and ice. The airport's runway was closed for the better part of a week. You're listening to Metro News for 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Hi, I'm Chris Lawrence, and the great outdoors is coming inside. Join me at the 24th Annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show presented by Can-Am, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown. More than 100,000 square feet of fishing gear and hunting supplies, outfitters and charter boats, ATVs, campers and tractors, guns, knives, and much more, all under one roof. An outdoorsman's paradise. The West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show, March 7th and 8th in Morgantown, a WVRC media event.
The last class of the day for my student athletes isn't English, science, or math. It's school sports, where the #1 priority is teaching, just like every other classroom. As their coach, I help them grow as leaders and become better people, preparing them for the game and, more importantly, for life. That's why the best wins are the lessons they learn, which will impact them long after their playing days are over. Encourage your student to participate in school sports.
This message presented by the WVSSAC and the West Virginia Athletic Directors Association.
Wheeling Mayor Denny Magruder giving his State of the City address earlier this afternoon. Magruder highlighting the advancing streetscape project and a guarantee from the state that the historic suspension bridge in Wheeling will be repaired and reopened to pedestrian traffic. Our own Tony Caridi is the winner of a National Sports Broadcasting Award, the 2026 recipient of the Woody Durham Voice of College Sports Award. He'll be honored in Greensboro, North Carolina in May. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Jeff Jenkins.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, Honey Bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
This is Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com.
Welcome back to the show. 26 minutes away from 3 o'clock. Open line, West Virginia coming up. 1-800-765-TALK. That is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. And appreciate the interview there with Eric Vincent Huey. Don't know him. I listened to some of his music. Pretty good. And, I mean, really good. I mean, native of Morgantown, and he's been all over. I mean, the Viper Room, I don't know how much you follow me. The Viper Room is a legendary place. If I am correct, I think it was founded by Johnny Depp. I think it was. At least he was one of the owners of the original Viper Room. Slash from Guns N' Roses was a regular there. And to, know that we have somebody from West Virginia playing those venues, that's amazing. But the amazing thing to me, and I mean this with all due respect to Mike Stewart, former, everything that Mike Stewart was, state senator, now big in Health and Human Services, working for RFK. And I mean this in the best possible way. Mike Stewart's a very, buttoned up kind of guy, and to know that he graduated with and is friends with a guy who describes his music as Appalachian goth, that just kind of blows the mind. I mean, it really, really does. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just think it's just different. But I appreciate Eric taking time out of his schedule to be on the show with us today. And, of course, he's playing those two shows he talked about in Morgantown and also at the Empty Glass in Charleston. So check him out. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. And I've had a lot of people, I mean a lot, over the last hour or so that have either reached out to me on social media or have sent me this picture. And I don't know if you have seen it or not, but the governor had a press event earlier in the day. And if the picture is true, all right, and mistakes do happen, he held a press event, and it says making West Virginia affordable again, and Virginia is spelled wrong on the podium. Now, in this world of AI, Photoshop, so on and so forth, everybody, you got to look at things 2, 3, 4, 5 times. But it was sent to me and posted by some reputable news folks in West Virginia. So, I got it. It does appear that Virginia is spelled wrong on the podium. It happens. It could happen to anybody. I'm not blaming the governor for it personally. I'm just saying that, that's one of the things that you got to make sure that you spell right is the state. Wait till Senator Phillips gets a hold of that. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. Text says, from your morning show today, I would expect no less from the Trashy Gazette editorial staff. Appreciate that text. I thought it was very interesting, and what the texter is referring to is there is an op-ed in the Charleston Gazette-Mail newspaper this morning. And op-eds are written by, the boards of the opinion writers, so on and so forth. And I'm actually have it with me right now. And the op-ed was the title, Tarr reminds state he has trust issues with women. And the first paragraph, State Senator Eric Tarr, Republican Putnam County, has some weird trust issues with women. And it has to do with some of the decisions that Senator Tarr has made with people. And I brought it up because I was talking to Wilson, as we do, Wilson and Meadows. Of course, we're live with Talkline, 10:06, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays during the session. And we always go and kind of check in with them as best we can. Their schedule allows to kind of give us a little preview of what's coming up. And I happened to say on the show, TJ wasn't there at the moment. I was talking to Dave Wilson, Northern Dave, and I just said to him, I said, well, if you see Senator Tarr walking by, you might want to ask him why he has trust issues with women. And Wilson just said, well, that was a trash editorial. It was not, in my opinion, I will say I thought that was a very unfair characterization. And I'm not a newspaper writer. I would have not have used those words if it were me. But there's a reason why I'm here and they're there. 1-800-765-TALK, text 304-TALK-304. And what I meant by that, please don't, I wasn't trying to throw shade on the Gazette. I'm just saying they got their thing and we got ours. So we'll just kind of leave it at that. Text says, now that the evil Bad Bunny halftime show is over, what will snowflake Republicans be afraid of now? Well, I'll just say this. In the world of social media, there is always something, and it's not restricted to, as that texter used the term, snowflake Republicans. I think there's a lot of hand-wringing that goes on across the aisle about certain things as well. There's enough of it to go around and something to be afraid of that particular day. 48 hours ago, apparently, it was Bad Bunny, and, something will come up. Text says, Dave, seeing as there are systems elsewhere for such things, why can't I insert my driver's license into the polling machine and a camera on the polling machine match my face to my ID? This would allow me to vote anywhere in West Virginia and bring up my specific precinct poll, says the texter. Well, I mean, I think the technology certainly would be there. But one of the knocks, and I'm going to, before, hear me out on this, one of the knocks that people have on voter ID, and I'm going to tell you why it's not a real knock, just hang tight. One of the knocks that people have on voter ID, especially photo ID, was that, not everybody can afford a photo ID. Well, I happen to know because I was involved and working in state government at the time. The first election that was part of the first election that was held in West Virginia, that you had to present ID to vote was the governor's road bond election in 2018. I was working for the Secretary of State's office at the time. Through grant money, every courthouse in the state of West Virginia was presented with what was akin to a webcam. And the only thing that people had to do is if they wanted it, they didn't have to, was to ask for it, and it was free. It was free of charge. Very few people asked for it, but it was there. And I know because I visited a great number of those courthouses, the 55 county court, not all of them, but I visited some. And it was kind of one of my things, and me and some other people in the office that we had to do. So they were there. Very few people took them up on the voter ID law in West Virginia. A lot of people think it had too many things you could use, and now they want to tighten it a little bit. I mean, you could use utility bills, you could use things of that nature. And so it's an interesting, and I appreciate the person actually reached out to me on X about that. I appreciate that. But there's always going to be somebody that's going to complain that you're trying to marginalize people. But, photo IDs were available for free in your county clerk's office. Now it becomes, well, how are they supposed to get there? So can't help you there. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. Text says, Dave, greatest two words in sports. Pitchers and catchers report. Let's go Bucks, says the texter. Text says, still waiting on Trumpies to call out their leader for the racist cartoon. Where are you, Shelley Moore? Capito, says the texter. Text says, Jerome J. Powell, chairman of the Fed, is a deadhead, says the texter. Didn't know that. Text says, your social media feed, television and radio, about to be flooded with messages from people who want to get elected. Keep in mind that Republican or Democrat, none of them care for you. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. Text says, Bad Bunny sucked, but so did the Kid Rock show. The Puppy Bowl. Now, that's where it's at. 243, you want to get in on the conversation? Call me, text me. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. You can text 304-TALK-304. We'll take a break and come back after this.
The Mountain State Assessment of Trends in Community Health, or MATCH, is a survey sent to 88,000 West Virginian home addresses where the information you provide can support policymakers to direct resources to help your community. If selected, you will receive the survey information and invitation in the mail. You can complete the survey online, by mail, or by phone, and you will be compensated for your time. Visit wvmatchsurvey.org for more information. Helping your community is a touchdown for West Virginia.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
New year, new trucks. Start your year off with a new truck from Kanawha Toyota World. Now lease a 2025 Tacoma for as low as $299 a month. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. It's your last chance to get a gas model 2025 RAV4. Don't miss out. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Kanawha Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the road.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
On the next State of Minds.
My dad always said, don't let any one individual control your destiny, what you do, what your value is. And I wasn't about to let Paterno do that to me. I mean, it was just a phenomenal time, my first game, and to be accepted as a Mountaineer.
Trojan Landing Marine is now Charleston's newest power sports dealership.
We now feature a full line of sleek Suzuki street bikes and four-wheelers. We're now offering the innovative riding experience of Benda motorcycles. The next step in motorcycle evolution with all-electric Zero high-performance bikes. We've now got Segway vehicles starting as low as $10,000. Come in and check out our great selection of high-quality Benelli and Royal Enfield bikes. Visit Trojan Landing in Charleston, now your water, road, and dirt dealership.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Poca Valley has proudly served the citizens of Roane, Kanawha, Putnam, and surrounding counties for over a century. As your trusted community bank, we're committed to building relationships and meeting your financial needs. And with the Poca Valley Visa card, you can enjoy competitive interest rates, no annual fees, and a rewarding points program, all from a bank you know and trust. Visit your local Poca Valley office to apply or call us. Poca Valley, where relationships matter. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the show. 13 minutes away from 3 o'clock. It is Metro News Midday powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Open line West Virginia, 1-800-765-TALK. Text 304 Talk 304. Does not appear that the misspelling on the governor's podium was Photoshop. It does appear that it is real, that the word Virginia was spelled wrong in West Virginia. Text says the Turning Point halftime show was awesome. And that's what a Super Bowl show should look like. Well, appreciate the text and glad you enjoyed it. Go grab 5 different people and ask them what they want, and you're going to get 5 different answers, you know. And that's what makes America great till it ain't, until we can't appreciate that other people may not share your same opinion, whatever it is, or your same likes or dislikes or so on and so forth. Everybody different. 1-800-765-TALK. Text 304 Talk 304. Text us to the texter wanting Republicans to call out Trump. Good luck with that. I would say to that in West Virginia, I would think that you would be very hard-pressed to find any elected Republican that is going to call out the president on much of anything, President Trump in West Virginia. Just don't think that is going to happen much. Now, I could be wrong, and we've interviewed everybody on this show and on other shows I've been on, from Senators Capito and Justice to Congressman Riley Moore, Congressman Carol Miller, Governor Morrissey, all the elected officials as far as the constitutional office holders. You're going to be hard-pressed to find anybody that's going to say anything negative about Trump. That's just kind of where we are. Text says, amen to Delegate Fluharty. All right, Fluharty, if you're listening. All these prude Republicans trying to ban porn. I would love to see their search engine history. Well, the bill that was batted around was not about banning pornography. What it was about was requiring age verification, other than just clicking, I am over 18. Uploading photo IDs. Yeah, what could go wrong there? That's kind of what it was about. It was not about banning pornography as much as it was an age verification, because, kids won't be able to figure that out. 10 minutes away from 3. Text says, my bet is our governor knows how to spell New Jersey. This is a texter. Text says, I would love to see some real Republicans run for office again. Not MAGA, but actual Republicans. Says the texter. I'm starting to hear that a little bit more from some Republicans, simply because, look, I know that Donald Trump is insanely popular in West Virginia, and I know that if you dare speak anything negatively or you question anything, you're labeled with Trump derangement syndrome or whatever. But, I mean, you've got to face it. A lot of the policies that Donald Trump champions are not typical Republican policies. They're far from it. And if you support, President Trump, fine. Amen. I, for one, think that maybe MAGA should be its own party because many of the causes and many of the beliefs championed by Donald Trump simply are not Republican policies. I mean, when you talk about, nationalizing elections, that's as far away from being a Republican as you can possibly get. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Well, I've got my opinions. It is wrong. But maybe it's time for another party. I'm just saying. Text says, Bad Bunny is, in my experience, outrage rarely extends to one's bank account, says a texter. Text says, people in West Virginia love Trump, but they vote against their own economic self-interest, says a texter. Text says, didn't watch that disgusting crap at the Super Bowl halftime show. I don't know from the text which disgusting crap you're referring to. Which one? You're referring to Bad Bunny? You're referring to the Turning Point? Or are you referring to Puppy Ball? Who doesn't like puppies? Godless communist. Text said, how in the world did state government let the Culture Center get as bad as they did? There needs to be an investigation. This is unacceptable. On the local show in Charleston, I interviewed State Tourism Secretary Chelsea Ruby, and there are a lot of issues. We reported on it. Story posted. Morgan Pemberton did a great story at wvmetronews.com about it. The State Culture Center is in disrepair, and there needs to be some. Well, there needed to be some routine maintenance on it before. I mean, frequently this winter, they've had issues with heat or lack of. So yeah, there's some issues at the Culture Center. Text says, how in the world? Oh, okay, I read that one. Sorry. Text says, guess the media couldn't stand conservatives getting credit for anything, so they had to lie about the number of the people who watched the Bad Bunny show versus Turning Point. Again, you put facts out there to people, and people fall along political lines. I have mentioned on this show polling that's come out that's either, one side or the other, and people just say it's not true. It's not true. So when they say that Bad Bunny was the most watched Super Bowl halftime show in history, somebody will say it's not true. It's fake. And if you say, 8, 10, 15, 20 million people watch Turning Point, people will just say, no, it's not true. I don't know how you get through that. Republicans, says the texter, fall in line even to defend pedophiles. And West Virginia is solidly Republican. Take that as you will. We'll take a break and wrap it up after this.
Brighten your mornings with Tudor's $5 Sunrise Specials. Enjoy our Mary B, egg, crispy bacon, and cheese on our buttery biscuit, loaded with more bacon than the rest. Or try the Ron, featuring a bigger, hearty sausage patty topped with egg and cheese on a biscuit so delicious you'll savor every bite. Each combo comes with crispy hash browns and your choice of coffee or iced tea, all for just $5. Warm up winter mornings with this hot deal. Available for a limited time.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
You want to know what West Virginia is talking about?
It's good to be back in Morgantown today.
Now it's
it's different.
I think it's mostly just business.
What I voted for and what I think makes the most sense.
Well, Dave, this has been a bit of a controversy.
I want to thank the caller last week that said I sounded like Hoppy Kercheval. That was flattering.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talk Line on Metro News Television.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Trojan Landing Marine is now Charleston's newest power sports dealership.
We now feature a full line of sleek Suzuki street bikes and four-wheelers. We're now offering the innovative riding experience of Benda motorcycles. The next step in motorcycle evolution with all-electric Zero high-performance bikes. We've now got Segway vehicles starting as low as $10,000. Come in and check out our great selection of high-quality Benelli and Royal Enfield bikes. Visit Trojan Landing in Charleston, now your water, road, and dirt dealership.
Start your new year off right with a new ride from Kanawha GMC. Come explore our 2026 GMC Acadias. Spacious, smooth, and made for everyday life. It's truly a fan favorite. Drive into winter with a new 2026 GMC Sierra, now up to $12,000 off, or lease as low as $499 a month. So upgrade your ride this year with us at Kanawha GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the road.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Welcome back to the show. Just a couple of minutes away from the top of the hour. Text says the Puppy Bowl was awesome. Best halftime show, says the texter. Text says I watched a rerun of Rick and Morty at halftime. So, and then there was another part of it that Ryan's going to explain to me after the show because I don't understand it.
Well, we have a lot of different people who text you with a lot of different thoughts.
Kid Rock says the texture doing his scraggly Elvis look, rap, and country combo into his hot pants diaper outfit. He sings a... Okay, I'm not reading that part. And he shoots beer, says the texter. So,
hey, man, how many 55-year-old guys you know that wear jorts? That's a look, man. That's a choice. That's a choice, bro.
And the way, that he shot up there like it was 1998 all over again, I mean, you could barely, if that were me, I would have hit the ground. I can tell you that right now. But anyway, that's Dave Weekly. He's got a show.
I'm here as well.
On many of these same Metro News stations. What you pontificating
Did you
on
know
today?
that more than 1/3 of us are embarrassed by the insides of our cars?
Okay.
So that's what we're talking about. And
Okay.
do you judge a person by how clean they keep their car?
I don't necessarily judge them by how clean it is because with the weather we've had, it's almost impossible. I will judge it for how messy it is on the inside. I will judge it for that.
Is there a smell in your car of something that is no longer there?
Well, my car still smells new. I've only had it for a little over a
that's
month,
right.
and it's still, despite the salt and everything else, it still smells a little bit new right now.
That's what we're doing today.
All right, that's that show that's coming up. I'll see you tomorrow, Metro News Midday. Till then, have fun and love somebody.